Hello everyone, Shabbat Shalom. So we are back for the weekly ZERA SHIMSHON on the parasha. So this week's parasha is PARASHAT SHEMOT. So we know PARASHAT SHEMOT talks about the Shibud, the exile of the Jewish nation in Mitzrayim, and the beginning of the Yeshua, of the Geulah, the beginning of Moshe Rabbeinu, discussing with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends Moshe Rabbeinu to go to Paro and to tell him to take us out. Paro refuses, and the Makot, the pledge, will start in next week's parasha. Until in Parashat Beshalach we have Parashat Bo, in Parashat Beshalach we have the Yetziat Mitzrayim. So we know that Am Yisrael was in Galut, in exile in Mitzrayim, and as ZERA SHIMSHON asked, we all know that all the Jewish nation was in exile and worked hard in Avodat Parech, in hard labor in Mitzrayim for 86 years. However, Shevet Levi, the tribe of Levi, was exempted from the hard work. We know that Shevet Levi was not working hard labor for Paro in Mitzrayim. And the ZERA SHIMSHON asked a very simple question. He says, everybody asks this question, how come? Why Shevet Levi is not part of this gezerah, of this decree? The reason why we went to Mitzrayim is because HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Avraham Avinu, Yadoa teda ki ger yezaracha beretz lo lahem v'avadum binu otam 400 shana. So the Avraham Avinu was told by HaKadosh Baruch Hu that your descendants will be in exile, stranger in a land that's not theirs, and they're going to be working hard labor. So Shevet Levi is also part of the descendants of Avraham Avinu. So it sounds like all the Zarecha, everyone that's part of the descendants of Avraham Avinu, should be part of the Gezerah. So why Shevet Levi wasn't part of the Gezerah? And the ZERA SHIMSHON explained, he wants to say something. So first, to answer the first part of the question. The first part of the question is that we learn from the Pesukim that Hashem made a decree on all the Jewish nation, all Zarecha. So if it's all Zarecha, it should also be Shevet Levi. So he's saying that it's not necessarily true, because there's two parts of the decree. There's the part of the decree to be in exile, and the second part is to be working hard labor. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not tell Avraham Avinu that all the descendants will be in exile and they will also be working hard labor. He said they're all going to be in exile, so everyone needs to be in exile. However, the hard labor is going to be depending. Not everyone is necessarily obligated to be part of the decree of hard labor. Whoever deserves to be part of the hard labor will have the hard labor part, but someone that does not deserve it will not need to be part of it. And therefore, the Shevet Levi, the tribe of Levi, did not deserve to be part of the hard labor, and they were saved, they were protected from it, they were not part of the hard labor. However, they were part of the exile. They had to be in Mitzrayim also. They were in Egypt, they were not in Israel. They all went down to Mitzrayim, to Egypt, so they were part of the decree, just not part of the decree of the hard labor. So basically the ZERA SHIMSHON explains that we have to split the decree into two. The general decree for everyone is to be part of the exile, and for some, yes, and for some not, will be also hard labor. Then he continues saying that there is a midrash that explains that the Jewish nation, once they went to Mitzrayim and after Yosef and all the tribes passed away, the Jews stopped doing the circumcision, the Brit Milah, until that they did Korban Pesach the night of Makat Bechorot, of the last Makkah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to the Egyptian. Right before eating the Korban Pesach, all the Jewish nation did Brit Milah again, did the circumcision. But we saw that they stopped doing the Brit Milah. And the only ones that did not stop doing Brit Milah is the tribe of Levi, the Shevet Levi. They kept on doing the Brit Milah. And the ZERA SHIMSHON wants to explain beautifully. And he says that this is also part of the exile, that the Jews stopped doing the circumcision because they wanted to resemble the Egyptian. They said, let's be like them, let's be close to them, let's be their friends, let's look like them, and maybe we'll have a better time living in Egypt. And actually, by doing so, it's the exact opposite. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said we said in David HaMelech in Tehillim, it says, Afach libam nisno amo. HaKadosh Baruch Hu changed the heart of the Egyptians in order to hate Amo, his nation, the Jewish nation. They tried to get close to the Egyptians, to be like them and to resemble them, and to think they're going to be their friends, and the effect was the exact opposite. Instead of being their friends, it made them be their haters. They started hating them even more. And when a person tries to be close to someone, to look like someone, like you go into exile, so you're trying to make it easier for you. You don't want the exile to be so much. So this is why they had to get the hard labor. Why? Because you're trying to make it easier on the exile, so we bring you the labor to make you feel the exile. And Shevet Levi, they did the exact opposite. They wanted to feel like they are in exile, and they're keeping the Brit Milah, showing that they're different, showing that they're not home, they're not part of this nation, the Egyptians. They're very and totally different, and they're feeling in exile, and therefore they didn't have to be part of the Avodat Parech, of the hard labor. So he connects the two explanations together, that everybody had to feel in exile, and this is why the tribe of Levi also had to feel in exile, and they were all in exile in Mitzrayim. But the second part of the pasuk of the hard labor is not applying to the Shevet Levi, because they felt the exile even more. They kept doing the Brit Milah, the circumcision. But the other tribes that stopped doing the circumcision had to be punished with hard labor in order to make them feel the exile the right way, in order to fulfill the decree that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did, told Avraham Avinu. Bezrat Hashem, and the same way we came out of Mitzrayim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent Moshe Rabbeinu to take us out. We all hope and pray very strong that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will send us Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mehera b'yameinu and take us out of this galut, of this exile, and build Beit HaMikdash b'mehera b'yameinu. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.